What's up, everybody? I've got it going live a little bit early as usual. We will be doing going over the actual halftime here just shortly. Just waiting to see what happens on this last drive by the Niners. So far, we're in the lead 7-3. So I'm just going to sit here, watch the last part of this game, and we will see what happens. I have to say so far, I hate watching games on Peacock, at least the app. So if anybody else has cut the cable like I have, it sucks watching it through apps. I kind of miss TV at one. I might just suck it up and pay for TV just to watch some of these games during the season. Nice halftime commercials so much longer than regular commercials. It seems ridiculous. All right, so let's see what Jimmy can do. Jimmy is typically pretty good in 2-minute drills. Typically, of course, we got a brand new Jimmy here who feels better and everything else. So we'll see how he turns out here for this last part of this half. All right, looks like we're finally coming back. Indeed, we definitely need a score here. Got a long way to go to score, though. Ooh. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy hits that a little bit farther, and he's got 20, 15, 20 yards there. Wilson in motion. We haven't seen as much as Kittle as I thought we would have this game. I thought we might have tried to force a ball or two his direction just to get him into the flow of things that we didn't. But who's that? That's cool. Well, our quick halftime pre-show is going to be extended now. Looks like Denver has a man down. They're grabbing his knee, so hopefully it's nothing serious. Nobody ever wants to see injuries. That part sucks. I mean, how many times have us as Niner fans gotten our season derailed because of an injury? Something to do this. Kind of been weird for Shanny to be back in Denver, knowing all the success his family has had in that city. Hmm. Not sure what the injury came from after that. 42 seconds on the The 14-yard line. Okay, we're running out the clock. Why are we giving the ball to Debo just to run out the clock? That is asinine. No, it was not a good call, Collinsworth. Shut up. I understand running the ball, but why the frack are you giving it to Debo of all people? Give it to one of the damn running backs. Put in Mason or Mack if you're worried about getting Wilson hurt as well. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, so we are now officially at halftime. Let me pull up the stat stuff. Hopefully it is refreshed. Let's see. Sorry. For most people that don't know me, this is actually past my bedtime. I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So these primetime evening games kill me. Like I said, I'm halfway. Yeah, exactly. We had 2 timeouts. Why are we running the ball up the middle? Which I'm not even against running the ball up the middle if you just want to, get the half over. I get that. That's completely fine. Why are we running Debo? That's the part that I don't understand. He's already been hurt from earlier in the game. He was out for that, and now we're going to keep running him again? Why? What is it? Why couldn't we have given that ball to Wilson, Mason, Mack? Hell, fucking let Jimmy run the ball. Or Juice. So, all right. So I've got stats and everything pulled up. So welcome to the Niner Faithful Radio halftime short. I'm Jason, also known as Niner Smash on the Instagrams. So right now, the Niners are leading 7-3 over the Broncos. Basically, what we have seen is Jimmy G Niner football. We know exactly, everybody knows what kind of offense we're going to run, what kind of stuff the defense is going to have to do to put the offense in position. It's Jimmy G. We knew this when it was going to be him for the rest of the year starting. This is what it is. I don't know how to put it. People, a lot of the Jimmy sexuals are going to be, oh, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But we know what we're going to get with Jimmy. He's limited. To give him credit, that was a nice run that he got for that first down. So he has been a little bit more mobile than he has been in years past. But still, he's obviously not going to be Trey when it comes to being mobile. They're pushing up the middle pretty hard. And Jimmy has always had a problem with that, with when he gets rushed up the middle pretty hard with block balls, because he already had one by DJ Jones. And there's been a couple others where people were getting really close to swatting those balls down. So there's that. All right, so for first downs, the Niners have 6. The Niners have 8. The Broncos have 6. Total yards, it's 186 to 140. It's total plays. Both teams are at 30. Yards per play, it's us at 6.2, them at 4.7. So we're actually not terrible when it comes to that. Jimmy is 11 for 17 for 125 yards. Again, it's not terrible. It's definitely not the worst thing in the world. But again, we're getting Jimmy G stats, Jimmy G football. Time of possession is almost even. We got 14-25. They've got 13-25. Penalties, we have 4 for 25, and they got 3 for 15, which, as Mimi always likes to point out, a stark difference from last week when we got 1, which is towards the end of the game, and that one was kind of iffy. So we are already way ahead when it comes to our average penalties for this year. So defense has actually played pretty good. Obviously, we've only given up 3 points right now. They have given up a couple of deep plays, but like I've said on the show before, we lose this game because Russell Wilson does Russell Wilson things. Look, we can scheme for a million things against the guy. He's good. He knows what he's doing. He's really good at ad-libbing plays, like that little chest pass that he got out to Gordon when he was actually falling already by the time he threw that out there. That's you can't stop that. Good players make good plays like that, So there's that. They had a couple of those deep balls that I think he got one to Judy and then one to Sutton, but that's really been about it for passing. middle of the second, their run game up the middle started to get really impressive. They were moving Kinlaw. They were really good at doubling up on Kinlaw, and then moving out towards whoever was in the middle and the linebacker. So that was, like I said, for that yard. I mean, they got nothing out of it, or I can't remember if they got nothing out of that one. If that was the field, I think it was a field goal drive. But the defense held. We got and so defense should be stronger, but they're definitely bending, but they haven't broke yet. So that's a good thing. Yeah, Hufanga's still all over the place. He's playing amazing. I did see that Al Shahir went out. Didn't notice if he'd come back in yet. So we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. But I also like Demetrius Flanagan. If he has to come in and play a little bit, he's fine. Like I said, I actually like him as a player. There's something about the guy I really like. Cornerbacks are playing aggressive. I thought the Diamador actually made a play. Yeah, bang, bang, Roberto. What was I saying? Diamador made a play that where he knocked the ball down, got it, and there was a little push afterwards. I'm like, what's the push for, man? He dropped the ball. It's not like he made a great play. And I thought it was going to a little bit chippy out there. And I'm not sure who it was on the sideline who hit the running back going out of bounds. For Roberto, Debo, it seems like he's back in. He caught one pass, and then for the thing that I really don't understand, I don't understand why he was the one running the ball up the middle to end the half. That made no sense. Again, that should have been something that Wilson, Mason, Mack, or whoever else that Juice and some BS play just to end out the half when he's already been injured and he's got to so we need him. Don't put him in unnecessary or unneeded positions to get hurt just in case. So I don't understand that play calling. As far as going into the next half, we got to get some more run game established. Right now, they are just teeing up on Jimmy, and they are daring him to run it or to pass right now. That's why a lot of that stuff is not open because they are waiting for it. They're doubling up on everybody. But we got to get that run game going. It was going good at first with Wilson, and then we just kind of went away from it for a while. Just like with anything else, when it comes to run games, Kyle has this thing to where he likes to abandon it really quickly, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's good definitely to see Kittle out there. I kind of thought we might have forced a few to Kittle, made a few specific Kittle plays just to get him the ball, just to get him back in the motion of everything. And so I think he's got 2 catches, and one of them was for like no yardage at the end. So, but yeah, definitely got it. The blocking is definitely getting better with him up there. So is that. So let's see what else. So yeah, second half, we need to reestablish that run game. We need to get Wilson, we need to get about 4.5, 5 yards a run. If Wilson can't carry it, it's time to bring in Mason. I'm not sure if Marlon Mack suited up today or not, because I was busy doing other stuff, so I didn't have a chance to do a whole lot of pregame work. But yeah, somebody needs to reestablish the run, not just Debo. Debo is definitely a part of the run game, but we cannot count on him to be everything when it comes to the run game. The defense just needs to keep doing the exact same thing they're doing now. They've done a decent job. Actually, they've done a pretty damn good job keeping Wilson contained in the pocket. Living up here in Seattle, I got to hear a lot of the local radio station stuff after the Broncos came here to Seattle, and you can already see, because I watched some of the highlights from the Texans game and watching this, they are pushing Wilson to the left side because that's the side that he seems to have trouble with. And that was actually called out by Pete Carroll. So when Pete Carroll flat out said, yeah, if you push Russell Wilson to the left, he can't throw. So they're just throwing all sorts of shades and telling everybody how to beat Russell Wilson. So, but for the most part, defense has been really solid. Just got to keep that up, bring those big plays down a little bit, limit the Russell Wilson type plays. Kind of like when we played the Bears week 1. We didn't necessarily lose to the Bears. We lost to a couple of really good Justin Fields plays. And when you got athletes like that play quarterback, sometimes they're just going to make plays. You can't scheme that. They're just going to do it. So you got to do your best to shut down everything else and then hope that you can limit those big plays by those, really good athletes playing quarterback. So right now, like I said, the Niners are up 7-3. The Broncos are going to get the ball to start the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if they went right back to the running up the middle formula that they had here in the middle of the second to try and get that established again, wear this defense down. We are up in, high altitude, and we're not used to that, less oxygen up there. All right, and then so I'm going to go ahead this. Jamie will be on at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. and or after. I think she said about 15, 20 minutes after the game. Give her a few minutes to get ready for it because this game could go long. So if it's at 9 o'clock, give her a few minutes. She'll be on. And then, as usual, me and TJ will be back here on Tuesday to do our recap and do a slight preview for next week's game. And then that Friday, me and Jim will be back for our Good Morning Niner Empire at 7 o'clock at night. We still haven't figured out a name for it. So, yeah, like I said, everybody, Kyle is definitely calling the conservative game. He tends to do that at times. It drives me absolutely crazy when he has the advantage. Kyle's worst thing is Kyle does not know how to put a dagger in somebody. He sucks when it comes to putting a dagger in somebody. So, all right, everybody, thanks for showing up. Like I said, 9 o'clock or about 15, 20 minutes after the game, Jamie will be on for a post game. Good to see everybody. See you guys next weekend and on Tuesday. Bang, bang, Niner game.